Being a better listener will change your life. It will improve your relationships, raise your career prospects, and make you a happier person. I've had experience in the wealth management division of a global bank, where social skills are crucial, and I've been surrounded by some of the best listeners in the world. So keep watching for 3 tips on improving your listening for stronger relationships and more success. So to start, listening isn't just about hearing someone's words, but it's more so about understanding the meaning behind those words. And the reason why it gets you the success that you want is because it makes you a more likable person. I'm sure you know someone who's a really bad listener. Maybe they interrupt you as you're speaking, or they always talk about themselves. And I bet that person that you're thinking of right now isn't a very likable person. So on that note, listening is really important because it can make you more likable and get you more success. And so here's 3 tips to being a good listener. The first tip is to show a genuine interest in the other person, which is something I've got from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. When you're listening to someone, you have 2 choices. You can either relate what they're saying back to yourself, or you can ask more questions about the other person. For example, let's say someone says to you that they went to Spain recently. You can either say, "Oh, I've been to Spain too. I stayed in this hotel and it was amazing." Or you can ask more questions to the person about how their trip in Spain was, maybe what their highlight was of the trip. And I found that the best listeners are the ones who are able to ask more questions to the other person as opposed to always relating it to themselves. And all you need to do is find out what the other person is passionate about. Maybe they've recently got a new job, or they're really passionate about knitting. And then just ask questions about what they are interested in. And you can often see in their eyes and the way they're speaking maybe a little bit more quickly what they are passionate about. Ask questions about that thing. And just finally, keep it authentic. What I mean by that is don't pretend to be genuinely interested in the other person, because people are a lot smarter than they're given credit for. And if you pretend that you're interested, the person can often actually tell that you don't really care about what they're saying. So try and have the mindset that there's something to learn from every single person that you speak to. So there's actually a genuine interest there for you to listen to that person. The second tip to improve your listening is to make eye contact with the other person. And what I mean by that is to literally just stare into their eyes while you're having a conversation. The reason why this is so important is because we all care about ourselves, and we're thinking about how our hair looks, or if we look better with glasses or without, or if we've worn the right top today. And this means that when we're in the conversation, we're not actually thinking about the other person, but we're thinking about us. Eye contact also helps to stop any distractions. What I mean by that is you might be speaking to someone at a party or a wedding or a work event, and there might be a lot of other things going on. Maybe there's some people dancing down there, or there's a really cool group of people over there. And what eye contact forces you to do is to stay locked into that conversation that you're in, as opposed to getting distracted. So making eye contact will switch off that internal dialogue in your head, and instead will let you focus on the other person and what they're saying. The third listening tip is to treat the other person's words with importance. And the mindset that I use for this is I genuinely imagine when I'm in a conversation that I'm going to get a £1 million prize if I'm able to repeat back every single word the person has said to me. And I know this sounds really stupid, but now I end up doing this very naturally. And when I'm listening to someone, I'm really remembering every single word that they've said to me and treating it with utmost importance. To show how valuable this is, I want you to think back to a time when someone else has treated your words with importance. Maybe it's been during a difficult time and you've been speaking to a family member or a friend and they've really made you feel heard and listened to. I bet you end up having a lot of love for that person in the end of it. But the thing is, people never really treat other people's words with that much importance because we all care about ourselves and we think what we have to say is far more important than what the other person has to say. So if you are the one that makes other people feel that their words are important and make people feel like they are being listened to, and do that in a really genuine, authentic way, you'll be able to build a lot more trust and likability. If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. I want to end by encouraging you to take action right now. I want you to ring up a friend or go to a family member, and if it's the morning, ask them what their plan for the day is. And if it's the evening, ask them how their day has been. And as you're listening to them, apply the 3 principles from today of showing a genuine interest in the other person, making eye contact, and treating their words with importance. Make a habit of doing this every single day, maybe the first conversation you have every morning, and you will see over the long term an improvement in your relationships and your success.